Hey guys, alright. Gonna do a little bit of a stream for the qualifying round here on my rookie account. Make sure I got what clubs I want in my bag to start here. Okay. I think we're good with that. Not really sure the wind here, so just gonna do our best to estimate what clubs we want to bring in. Let's see. No score yet in this round. It's going to have to be a pretty good score here. I've already seen minus 15s posted, so there's going to be some high scores this tournament. It's first thing in the morning here for me, so hopefully I'm not a little rusty from the early morning playing, but I like to try and get at least my pro and rookie done on day one. That way I can do expert day 2, and it leaves me another day in case I screw up anywhere and need to do another qualifying round. Tailwind, very nice. Whew, that's lucky. Let's see, where do we sit with full topspin? How far are we going to come? Oh, so close. It's exactly how you want to play that. You want to roll across that tiny little gap in that bunker. Just not quite enough. Could have been a great start. Especially considering I have to take this shot with my machete. Most certainly not the best club to be trying to dunk or what have you here. I don't have many ball guide either, so. So if that's our max, that's mid, that's going to be min. Great anyways, not going in. Eagle would have been real nice there. Just about literally a half bar of topspin more, or I might have been able to get there with a little bit extra power, but I didn't want to risk going into the water by shooting it too long. Never easy with the baby clubs. Never easy. Can't really complain about a birdie on a par 4, but so close to a really prime eagle opportunity. All right, so we got this par 3. Kind of backspin. We're working with 50. Should be doable. That should be plenty of backspin. Never been the biggest fan of this hole. Maybe that's just because you get it a lot. It's old. It's been around forever, and it reoccurs in quite a few tours, so you do see it quite a bit. It's a decent shot there. I like that we're at max right here. Oh, something like 1.5. Sink it, baby. We sink it. There it is. All right, so I believe we need to switch out hammerhead. Should be fine. I'm gonna throw in my junglist just in case. Hopefully I don't need it. Tailwind again. It'll be coined to us. Should be more than enough to get us where we need to go. just an intimidating little drive. You really do have such a small area to hit on. Otherwise you do that, see, and that's real big trouble for this hole. And it doesn't take much in the beginning, you know. A great shot with those low accuracy drivers is, it's going to go off a ways. Alright, there's our maxed out club. So we're going to definitely still have to pull it back. Let's try it like right there. I kind of like... Sorry about that, guys. Usually I turn on airplane mode before I start these things, but I forgot this morning. Oh, solid setup for the eagle. All right. 3 holes down, -5. See if my opponent can hit a really nice lucky shot here. Come on, Rob, get in the hole. Too much. Didn't have a terrible line on it. All right. So, kind of indecisive here. I don't know what the distance is really. I don't know if I want to go rocket or quarterback. Top spin 18. I feel like the better overall club to choose here would be the quarterback. Go ahead and go with it. If it doesn't work out for us right, you know, we know next round we can take out the rocket. Qualifying round is the time to try things out. You know, even though this is my 3rd playthrough, it's never the same. Clubs always level up differently, and what clubs you want when is going to change. Man, he's got a level 7 extra mile and it's only reaching that far. It's a little scary. I hope it's just not at max distance, which would be trouble for Ron here. Whew. A little hot to trot there. We want to try to avoid that. So let's see, I think we just want to take out a Kingsmaker here. I think that's the best situation for us. take her right there. Haven't really made this shot before, honestly, so hoping it's okay. Whew, stopped on the fairway. That's all we needed to do there. Should have actually played it just a touch shorter. See, I can tell you my opponent's going to miss this shot. He just lined this up very poorly. So unless he hits great to the left, take the time, line up the shot right, especially in a tournament. Kind of stinks not having the ball guide here, but let's go with 2 bars of backspin. And we'll try and put that second hopper right in the cup. And we just need to move just a hair forward here, nothing much. All right, on pace here, liking it. All right, let me just go take a look at what hole 5 was. I forgot. Ooh, hole 5 is that crazy long par 5. This should be a fun one. Man, all tailwind, like every hole. I wonder how the other levels are going to be, pro and expert. Certainly explains why I saw so many negative 15 so far. So we'll be using a Titan ball here probably. Taking the right side. If I can, I'm going to take the hop and clear that first creek or that first river. Be on the second fairway. It's much harder to do that from pro and expert tee, but from rookie tee it should be pretty doable, I think. See, take a look first. It doesn't look like it's a little on the risky side, and I know I can get there with the hammerhead, so I'm going to play it safe. Probably something like there. Just a little curl. Pulled it back a little too far, but should still be okay, I think. Hammerhead's got some pretty okay distance. I might have been able to make that jump, but the risk didn't seem worth the reward for me there. If I happen to screw it up and hit great going to the water, pretty much ruins your eagle opportunity. You then need to albatross to eagle. So as long as I don't totally biff my shot here, I should be safely on the green. See, I want to know where my max is. So that is our max here. We're going to pull it in pretty much to just clear that. That's about all we can ask for. It would have been great to hit an albatross, but safe birdie, or I mean safe eagle is plenty good. Especially when you're on path for a really nice round. You know, try not to take those risks anymore. Try to keep that good round going. You know, at this point, pretty much the only thing that can ruin my round is me shooting myself in the foot. I can even afford a bad hole here and I'll still make the cut almost assuredly. And should still have a decent tiebreaker score. I'm still indecisive about this hole. I have gotten pretty accustomed to playing the bunker, but last night during some practice I had some funky reactions twice on this hole that I had previously not had. So I'm second guessing going that route. It stinks because it is a very tricky par 3. No way around it. But I have the Saturn that I will be using more likely than not for playing this hole for real. So that's all we need to do, so more likely than not, that's how I'll be playing it. Close. Good luck. Alright, hole 6. This ugly little par 3. We need some backspin. We need some backspin. How's my sniper's backspin at this point? 26, not even as good as my hammerhead. I don't know if it's quite Guardian material. Should be most likely using the backbone anyways, but kind of see how this plays out here. The 35 backspin on a hammerhead's not terrible, but it doesn't really have great ball guide either. But I prefer the hammerhead over the Guardian. They've got about the same accuracy at this stage. But that hammerhead has a little better accuracy than the Guardian. Yeah, it's Wood Club. He is using a basic ball though, so maybe with extra power we can get into our backbone. That's a good shot. I was a little curious using the horizon there, but I guess he knows that club pretty well. Alright, so we're going to use the King's Maker to cut that wind down. I don't need to use the total wind resistance. The wind's not crazy. I'd rather have that side spin 3 and the power 3 to keep things where I want them. Now we don't need too much curl because I got that side spin, so you don't want to overdo it. It's a good shot. Would have been pretty. I don't think I've ever hit 2 hole-in-ones on any one tournament round, so that would have been pretty cool. Trying to play relatively quickly. I got to leave for work here semi-soon. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this shootout, give it to my opponent. I'm okay without the 1,000 coins. Keep it on moving. Next hole. Next 2 holes are tough ones. Par 5, as long as you make a good drive, should be pretty doable. So I hope the hammerhead's enough to get there on that second shot. I feel like it should be. Hopefully the tailwind party continues. Really is. They're calling it a tailwind party. Now this should be a shot that, as long as you make your lineup in a good spot, a great shot won't kill you. That'll hurt, though. That'll hurt your game. And we're going to want to try real hard to not be in the rough on our second shot, as I got way more Kingsmakers. I think I'll stick with the Kingsmaker. I still have the Junglist in, so forgot to change it out. The thing's got no ball guide and very bad accuracy, so I'd like to avoid it. Wow, fortunate for our opponent. I'd still be hard-pressed to see him make this jump. Situation where he probably should have laid it up. Fortunately, I'm about exactly where we need to be. Should be okay. Darn close. Good luck, buddy. It's pretty surprising how many missed shots I've seen just against my opponent so far. Especially considering I'd be willing to bet every single one of these opponents is more than double the games I've played on this account. So the clubs are pretty much consistently better across the board. It's actually been a pretty easy tournament here so far. Alright, we're going to switch out to the Saturn. The reason I'm doing that is the extra curl. All the other stats should be pretty irrelevant. Accuracy really doesn't matter if you know your measurements. That's all what accuracy really represents. If you hit perfect, so especially when your accuracy is a little lower, it's smart to give yourself just a tiny bit more breathing room so that if you hit great, you don't go into a hazard. I've only ever hole-in-one this hole once and played it a good deal, so it goes to show you it's a real tough hole. That's actually the reason I like that rough shot. It may be a little more risky, but you have a much higher chance of hitting the hole-in-one. Or I'm sorry, the bunker shot, where he's taking actually. But I've seen some bad things happen there, so I'm not going to do it if I don't have to. I know I should be able to get my birdie, just playing it safe. You also run the risk of that. That's actually a pretty good mess up in the grand scheme of things. Oh, what do we want to do here? I think I want some katanas here. We got 2 bars backspin this time because we got the tailwind, as opposed to had to do that quick, sorry. We had headwind on that shootout hole, so it was a little different. I only did 1 bar backspin. That great shot hurt us a little bit there, but still safe. Could have been a much closer attempt, at least. Let's see if one opponent for today can have a nice recovery save here. He didn't account for the elevation going uphill. It's important, guys. It's a tough little putt here. Putts like that are just scary. You can't even see the hole. You're just going off of that little highlight, basically. Work, stupid emoji. Man, 15 is impressive because I had a pretty solid round here. If we can get an eagle, we're going 14. So 15 is definitely an impressive score. I'm going to take my backbone back out. I just like the consistency a little more with it. And we're going to... actually, I think we're going to leave the junglist in case I just happen to go on the rough on this drive, because we're going to need that distance to get somewhere decent. Let's try to avoid the rough on the second shot. This is going to be the key. You should be trying to avoid the rough at all times, but... I know that this drive is easy to mess up. It's really straightforward, but at the same time, it's hard. And I've got a low-level extra mile. This guy does not like a great shot, or a good shot for that matter. He only likes perfect. Luckily, with this type of wind, you have no reason to overpower it. None whatsoever. Just normal power, full topspin. Let the wind do the work. Gonna go ahead and grab another Titan ball. There's no reason not to. I've got plenty of balls, and we want the best qualifying score we can get. Oof. That makes me really sad. Hopefully we can get somewhere okay. That's really ugly, guys. That's what I mean. That extra mile, man, it just does not like the great shot. The wind was even blowing slightly left to right, you know. It was tailwind, but it was blowing right. And it still, even with the right spin, it still went left off that grate. That's unfortunate. All we can do is try to play ourselves up. Over in this ballpark. Try to make a really good chip-in shot to save our eagle here. I'm really disappointed that I had that screw up on the last hole. It's so good. Luckily, it's only the qualifying round. But unfortunate. Especially because I've made this shot like 2 times in my practices. So now I'm probably have worn out my luck on it. Man, that drives me crazy. It's the only thing that sucks about that slow needle. Is, you know, I do things out of habit there, so I wait till the needle's going back right to left. And it's like, you know, I started to really panic about that time. Oh, I'm sad. Birdie on a par 5 is not really ever acceptable in my opinion. And I kind of think I would have made that shot had I hit perfect. The lineup looked good. Alright guys, I'm not going to play the shootout. I'm running out of time. I got to finish getting ready to go to work. Hopefully this helped you guys out just a little bit. Get a little insight as to what the holes look like in the rookie level. Minus 13, it's okay. Nothing to brag about. I will qualify for sure, but certainly could have been better. Planning on doing my pro tournament tonight after work, so hopefully see you guys then.